It happened on a rainy Tuesday in November. Your boss called you into the glass office in the corner, shook your hand firmly, said those magic words you'd been waiting 2 years, working late nights and swallowing your pride, to hear. Congratulations. We're promoting you. Your new base salary is $110,000. You smiled. Relief flooded your body like a potent drug. In that exact moment, time stopped. You did the quick mental math. $15,000 more a year. That's over $1,000 a month. You thought about the winter trips to Tulum, the upgrade for the car that's been acting up, finally stopping checking the app balance before swiping the card at the grocery store. You walked out of that room feeling like a winner. You beat the system. You joined the six-figure club. 6 months later, you are awake at 3:14 a.m. Your credit card bill is open on your phone screen, illuminating your tired face with a cold blue light. The balance is negative. The overdraft has been automatically activated by the bank. You are making more money than ever before in your life. Statistically, you are at the top of the Canadian wage pyramid. But somehow, through a bizarre twist of mathematics, you have less liquidity, less free cash, than when you were an intern making $50,000. What the hell happened? You weren't irresponsible. You didn't blow it all on casinos or extravagant parties. You fell victim to a silent mechanism, hardwired into the architecture of the modern Canadian economy, specifically designed to devour salary increases before they even touch your investment account. They call it lifestyle creep. I call it the treadmill of misery. Most finance channels will tell you to stop buying coffee. That is irrelevant. Today, we are going to dissect the forensic mathematics of how the system turned your promotion into your life sentence. Welcome to the Canadian mindset. The first error is biological. The human brain evolved to think in linear numbers, but the Canadian tax system is exponential. When they offered you $15,000 more, your brain registered $15,000 of purchasing power. But you live in Canada. And here, you have a silent majority partner. Let's look at the cold reality of the projected numbers for 2026. If you live in Ontario, Quebec, or Nova Scotia, every single dollar you earn above $100,000 does not belong to you. The marginal tax rate attacks like a predator. We are not talking about the average rate. We are talking about the rate on the next dollar. Between federal tax, provincial tax, and health surtaxes, the government takes nearly 43% to 48% of that raise. But wait, there's the calendar trap that catches everyone. In Canada, we have the CPP, Canada Pension Plan, and EI, Employment Insurance. The contribution ceiling went up again in 2025 and 2026. In the first months of the year, January, February, March, your paycheck looks smaller. Why? Because you are paying these fees at the source. Around August or September, you max out these contributions and your net pay bumps up. You feel rich at the end of the year. You adjust your lifestyle to this full amount. But then comes January. The clock resets. The paycheck drops again. And you dip into overdraft because you forgot that the government always eats first in January. Divide that by 12 months. Your life-changing raise is actually $683 more per month. Is it money? Yes. But is it enough to finance the new lifestyle you imagined in your boss's office? No. The problem is, your brain has already spent the full $15,000. You fell into the nominal anchoring trap. And the banking system knows this. That's why they offer credit based on your gross salary, not your net. They lend you money you theoretically earn, but physically never see. Denis Diderot was an 18th century French philosopher. He lived in poverty his whole life until he received a sudden fortune selling his library. With the money, he bought a beautiful, expensive scarlet silk robe. But when he put on the robe and sat in his old wooden chair in his dusty study, the chair looked like trash. The contrast was unbearable. So he bought a leather chair. Then the leather chair made the rug look dirty. He replaced the rug. Then the drapes. Then the table. In a few months, Diderot was broke again. He wrote an essay about it, Regrets on Parting with My Old Dressing Gown. The lesson. The introduction of one luxury item creates an immediate dissatisfaction with everything surrounding it. In modern Canada, Diderot's robe is your car. You are a manager now. Senior. You have subordinates. You feel you can't pull into the company lot in a 2016 Honda Civic with a scratched bumper and a rattling exhaust. What will the directors think? What will the clients think? Financial virtue signaling takes control of your prefrontal cortex. You go to the dealership. The salesman, trained to smell insecurity, smells your raise. You work hard, he says. You deserve safety. You deserve AWD for the Canadian winter. Think of your family. You swap a paid-off car, monthly cost, $0 plus gas plus cheap insurance, for a lease on a German luxury SUV. Remember that net raise of $683 we calculated in Chapter 1? The car just swallowed $1,580. You are already in the red by almost $900 every single month. Mathematically, the raise is not only gone, it brought a structural deficit. But the Diderot spiral has only just begun. Now that you have the new car, you can't wear the old jacket from Winners. You need to go to Arc'teryx or Aritzia. You start going to restaurants where valet parking is mandatory, just to show off the car. The car demands a lifestyle that your salary cannot yet support. The object owns you, not the other way around. If the car is the visible enemy parked in your driveway, there is an invisible, more insidious enemy that exploded in Canada in 2025 and 2026. The buy now, pay later, BNPL, services. Affirm, Klarna, Afterpay. In the past, debt was serious and heavy. You went to the bank, sat with a manager, signed physical papers. There was friction. There was shame. Today, debt is integrated into the checkout button of your favorite clothing store. It is painless. You see a pair of sneakers or a smartwatch for $400. The site says, pay only 4 installments of $100. Your brain processes $100. It looks cheap. It fits in the weekly budget. It's the price of a dinner. You click. The problem is, you do this 5, 6, 7 times a month. Clothes at Zara, electronics at Best Buy, even plane tickets on Air Canada now accept installments. Suddenly, you have 15 active microloans running in the background of your bank account like digital leeches. These are ghost debts. They don't feel like real debt, but added together, they drain $600, $800, $1,000 from your monthly cash flow. And when you miss a payment deadline because you forgot, the interest isn't 5%, it's 30%. This fragmentation of payment was designed by behavioral psychologists to remove the pain of paying. When you swipe $400 on debit, it hurts. You feel the immediate loss. When you click 4x of $100, you feel relief. And it is that momentary relief that is silently assassinating your retirement. There is a dangerous and seductive lie told to the upper middle class, by time. They say, you make $60 an hour at work. Why spend an hour cleaning the house or cooking if you can pay someone $30 to do it? This logic works if, and only if, you use that free hour to earn more money or invest actively. But let's be brutally honest. You don't do that. You use that free hour to scroll Instagram, feeling jealous of other people's lives, or watch series on Netflix in a catatonic state. With the new salary comes the justification of exhaustion. I work too hard. I deserve a break. I don't have the headspace to chop onions. Enter the convenience ecosystem. Uber Eats, Skip the Dishes, DoorDash, HelloFresh. The cost of a home-cooked meal in Canada, even with the absurd inflation at Loblaws and predatory pricing, is about $6 to $8 per person for a decent dinner. The average delivery cost, with service fees, delivery fees, and tip, which now starts at 18%, is $35 to $45. Let's run the math on executive fatigue. 3 delivery dinners a week, $450 per mo. Corporate lunches bought out every day, $350 per mo. A cleaner every 2 weeks, $300 per mo. A dog walker because you stay late at the office, $250 per mo. You are burning liquid capital to buy momentary comfort. The problem isn't the $6 Starbucks coffee. The problem is the structural shift in identity. You shift from being a producer, someone who cooks, solves, cleans, creates, to being purely a passive consumer. And in Canada, the price of service labor is among the highest in the world. By outsourcing your domestic life, you are transferring your salary increase directly into the service economy, ensuring you end the month at zero, no matter how much you earn. Here is the most painful part of this documentary. If you only pay attention to one thing, let it be this. Let's go back to that luxury car from Chapter 2, the $900 lease. You think, I can afford $900 a month. It fits the budget. I have the cash flow. But you are ignoring the compound opportunity cost. If you had kept your old car for 5 more years and invested that $900 monthly into the S&P 500 or a diversified global ETF, like XEQT, with a conservative average return of 8% a year, in 5 years, you wouldn't just have an old car in the garage. You would have $68,000 in liquid cash. That is a down payment for an investment property. That is seed capital for a business. But let's go further. What if you left that money invested for 20 years? That luxury SUV didn't cost $50,000. With compound interest, that car cost you nearly $700,000 of future net worth. You didn't buy a car. You burned your early financial freedom. That car cost 5 extra years working in a cubicle, tolerating a boss you hate, in 2035. When you spend your raise, you aren't just spending money. You are spending the future time of your life. Every dollar spent on lifestyle creep is a soldier you fired from the army of your freedom. In Canada, where the cost of living is already punitive, you cannot afford the luxury of wasting the 8th wonder of the world, compound interest. So, how do we escape? Must we live like monks, eating instant noodles in the dark? No. The goal isn't suffering. The goal is strategic efficiency. There is a mathematical protocol to beat lifestyle creep without destroying your quality of life, the 50% rule. Every time you get a raise, whether it's a bonus, a promotion, or a job switch, follow this algorithm. Step 1. Calculate the real net amount after taxes. Step 2. 50% of that amount must never exist to you. It must be swept automatically into your investment account, TFSA or RRSP, the exact day it hits your account. Set up an auto transfer. Take the decision out of your hands. Step 3. You inflate your lifestyle with the other 50%. This allows you to improve your standard of living, buy the better wine, take the trip, but mathematically ensures your savings rate grows along with your income. You satisfy the ego, but protect the future. Stop calculating how much you earn. Calculate how much you retain. A $150,000 salary with $150,000 expenses is poverty with a nice view. It is fragility. An $80,000 salary with $60,000 expenses is the path to wealth. It is anti-fragile. I want to propose a challenge now. Open your bank statement from the last 90 days. Take a red pen or use Excel. Look for the subscription vampires and the buy now pay later payments. How many streaming services do you pay for and not watch? How much money went to Uber Eats because you were tired? Write in the comments, my money drain is. Let's expose these vampires. Shame dies when we expose it to the light. Canada is a land of opportunity, but it is also an efficient extraction machine. Be the operator of the machine, not the fuel. Subscribe. In the next episode, we are going to investigate the banking system's biggest lie, the credit score and who really profits from it. I'll see you there.